In literature, rain signifies change, a turning point in the story, a moment where everything will be different. For us, this is that moment.
All right, so we have some really exciting news to share with you. We're homeschooling! Now you know our big secret.
So this is something that was super hard for us to decide. We felt for over a year that God was calling us to eventually homeschool, but it meant quitting a job that I absolutely love, pulling the kids out of school. I have no teaching experience. And the scariest part was going down to one income for the first time ever. There are two things that I always said I would never do. The first is foster, and I think you know how that turned out. The second was homeschool. I grew up in a public school. I loved the public school. I worked for the public school, and I had no reason to ever think that homeschooling would be a good idea for our kids. But as you know, if you have kids, things change very quickly.
And that change happened on a camping trip with our friends this summer. I, at the time, was completely in shock that we were even really discussing homeschooling, because kind of thought it was out of the picture, but that camping trip kind of set in motion for the rest of our summer and preparing to get ready for homeschooling. So before we made the final decision, we sat down with each one of our kids and really had a deep talk with each one-on-one, asking, is this something you want to do? What is your concerns? What would you be excited for? And that really sealed the deal for us.
Everybody was super excited, all for different reasons, but just the idea of being home, I think, has really appealed to them, and also being able to take control of their own education has really appealed to them. So once we realized that homeschooling is what God was calling us to do, while He was crunching numbers to make sure that we could make it on one income, I was researching curriculum and homeschool workbooks and how in the world is this all gonna work. This year we've tried to keep it as cheap as possible, so we're doing a lot of things ourselves, and we've kind of picked and choose, but I'm really excited about what we've ended up with. I'm really excited about what we spent on curriculum for this year, and I'm kind of excited but also a little scared to get started. We start school next week. We had a bit of a dry run last week and adjusted a few things. I'm excited about homeschooling. I'm excited about some of the curriculum that we've gotten. I'm excited to share this and this journey with you. Overall, our channel is not going to change. We still are excited and passionate about sharing our adventures with you, what we do as a family, and foster care and adoption, information and stories are our favorite thing to share. But as we go, we'll also share with you how homeschooling is going, how we do things, and what curriculum we're using.
If you guys would be praying for us as we start this new journey, we are super excited for it. We know we're doing what we're supposed to do, but there's a lot of apprehension and a lot of fears that we've been facing.
And some sadness too for what we're giving up.
Next week we have a really fun video coming out, as long as homeschooling went all right this week. So if you don't see it next week, homeschooling might have been a little crazy for Crystal this
Give us
week.
Extra prayers if you don't see us next week.
But we got to have a private adventure with our friends. It is super unique, and I think you'll really enjoy it.
Yes, we're very excited about sharing that with you. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure that you've subscribed so that you don't miss out on any of our adventures or foster and adoptive stories. And
we love you guys. We'll see you next time.
That's right.